Hello and welcome to Let's Play, the podcast of the Power Play Reconnect Experience. I'm Ruth, the Power Play lady of the Power Play Reconnect Experience. Welcome. So glad that you're here. Today, I'm going to talk about the fact that we all need to get out and play. The animals have figured it out. I've really been enjoying watching a lot of the videos that people are collecting as they watch animals reclaim their space. Animals all over the planet are figuring out that humans aren't around. Humans aren't active. They're gone, So it's kind of like, ooh, where did humans go? And so they're coming out. They're either exploring or they're really looking to see what happened to us. But regardless, there's some fabulous footages of videos of animals doing what they should be doing, actually. They are taking up their space on the planet. Whales are in waters where they haven't been for decades because of all the noise and water pollution that's carried on by cruise ships and whatnot. There's a wonderful video of lions in Kruger National Park in South Africa, stretched out on the main road, taking their nap because it's dry and lovely for them. And they're not moving for anyone. There are some tourists who are returning, but they aren't getting out of their cars. They're simply rolling by the lions, and the lions are like, pretty much, well, as long as you don't get out, you're in good shape. There's another wonderful video of mountain goats in Wales, I believe, invading a local town and literally investigating it, walking around to see what's going on. Where are the humans? Where did they go, yo? Ah, they're just amazed. And another favorite of mine is that of penguins, again in South Africa, crossing the street. Now, it's not as if they're just crossing the street any old way. They are actually using the sidewalks and the crosswalks to gain the other side of the street in a downtown area in a city in South Africa. We're being told something. We look at the contrast. The animals are flowing back into their space, and they're perfectly okay with it. They're finding food, they're finding comfort, they have water, their water's cleaner, the air's cleaner, even the birds are singing differently. If you've really paid attention, it's like the frequency of their songs has changed. So the animals are just fine with us not being around. They're not having a problem. We as humans are. We're struggling to not even recover yet. We're struggling just to be. And yet the animals are moving out and they are fine, just being. They're going on about their business. Are we supposed to learn something from this incredible contrast? We as humans are just having such a hard time with this. We're struggling with loneliness. We're struggling with mental illness. We're struggling with economic disaster. We're struggling with governments and other organizations that are just teetering and tottering and not being able to give clear direction. Humans are in situations where there's no clear leadership. Our medical systems are failing. Everything is just falling apart for humans. Our educational system has imploded, and it may take it years for it to recover. And certainly those young children and young adults who are part of that educational system, it's disrupted their world. Make no sense, even though they're homeschooling and, they're going to school online, this is a major change, not just in education, but their social experience has been severely altered. And yet the animals are fine. You see in some of these videos entire families of animals going their way, entire families of elephants and lions and penguins and geese and wild boars and sea lions, all going their way as a family, and they're fine. What is the message for us? There has to be a lesson. It's not by coincidence that all of this is happening. The air quality is improving around the world because human activity is down to a minimum. So I guess the question that I want to leave with you, and that is sitting with me, is one, what is the lesson we're supposed to learn? And two, my personal thought that humans were never meant to rule the earth, and yet we have attempted and failed miserably. We have destroyed this planet, almost, not quite, that on which we have the privilege of living. So we're not meant to rule the earth. We're meant to be stewards of the earth. We're meant to take care of it and all of its life forms, which means we have to live in harmony with the earth, not fighting against it, not gouging it and strangling it and having a greedy grip on all of its resources that we don't need and that basically we have squandered. For what? For what? Most of what we have accumulated and created is basically junk. Mind you, we can't do anything with it. Our landfills are full and we don't know what to do with the junk that we've created. It's not part of the natural earth. So if we as humans are struggling and the animals are not, maybe it's time for us to look at our stewardship. With all the money in the world, and I do mean all of it, it is not possible for us to eradicate COVID-19. We can throw money at it. That's what we're used to doing. But the truth of the matter is, money doesn't stop death. Bottom line, it doesn't stop death. Humans are dying. Animals are not. Animals are prospering. They are reinvigorating. They are reproducing in ways that they haven't in decades because of human interference and human greed. So let's step back, watch the animals. We can learn a lot from looking at nature and really ask that question. What lesson am I to learn from the animals, from nature? Let's play. Let's sit back and play with that idea. Play with it. What do you learn? What do you know? What do you see? And if you come to a conclusion that feels good and feels right, mind you, feels good and feels right and is not built on selfish desire, agree with it. That's all I have for today. Thank you for joining me. I wish you well. Stay well. Be safe. And you know what? On this earth, on this planet on which we are privileged to live, be love. Not look for love, not want love. Be love. That's all that will ever heal this situation that we find ourselves in. Take care. Bye-bye.